Yes guys, welcome to another day in the life / Q&A with a professional forex trader. We're starting off the day doing my hair, giving my dog a treat. Oh, look at her, what a gorgeous little cocker spaniel. But yeah, this is literally what my morning looks like. Gets changed very early, wearing gym gear without actually going to the gym, struggling to put on his shoes, exiting the building, saying bye to the dog, then walking towards the vehicle. Here we are. Recently picked this up in the last, well, one of the most recent videos. You're gonna be listening to some questionable songs. Yeah, it's about a 15-minute drive in. That's not Justin Bieber, is it, Bob? Yep, definitely is. Oh, fuck, wrong. But yeah, as you can see, get out, we're at the office now, turning Maya Jr. off and going up to the little office. Running up the flights of stairs, out of breath. Oh, I'm looking happy, aren't I? Oh, it's Maya Jr. And we're almost in the office. Finally, we're there. So this is the setup for the day. And I had a call that I literally had to be on like right this minute. So you'll see in a second. I've literally in seconds jumped onto a call. But yeah, just breaking down a trading plan for this guy. But yeah, the rest of the day will be Q&As. Cool, so it's been a fairly busy day, lots of kind of in the office talk, not too much to film, so unfortunately this might not be the most fruitful video in the world. So we're going to change that right now. We've done a Q&A on Instagram, we've had about 20-30 questions. I'm going to try and select the best ones and give you guys a response here and now. Okay, so we're going to go from the Rob Dono channel first. Sal Forex says, sir, please, so that's good. Patrick says, who would you recommend to get funded with for the first time? For the first time? No, I would say initially probably someone like FTMO. I would say with prop firms in general at the minute, I would stay away from the US and kind of Canada. Hate to say it, but and probably even maybe the UK a little bit. Ideally, anywhere else, kind of Europe, Dubai, less likely to be affected by any regularities that are happening in other countries. So yeah, I would say either them for FTMO, fund engineer. There's a few more starting in Dubai. I'll have some news on prop firms and stuff like that for the future, so stay tuned. Sam.Huckster says, can I kiss you on the mouth, please? Oh, and then he follows up with, I'm begging, please. Nah, no, fuck that, mate. That's just, yeah. No, fuck. How much deposit do you need to do trading full time? Says it's Alice X_X. So it depends kind of really where you're coming from. If you're in a position where you know how to trade, you know your strategy you're trading, you know it wins, you've back tested it, forward tested it on demos, then not really that much, to be honest. You can get an 100k for like 300 quid these days. Obviously, you're not going to pass every challenge you take realistically, but normally it costs to experience the markets live. Unless you're very strict on your rules, disciplined, and you have all the right psychology of a trader. But I would say initially to keep it as cost effective as possible, having some sort of guidance, mentorship to get that learning curve right down to as slim as possible normally gets the best results and the least cost. I mean, I've spent a lot of money in my first few years trying to trade. You can spend thousands on the charts in blown accounts, blown funded challenges, signal scams. There's so much out there that you can just get pushed away of. Actually investing into education first is always, for me, that's what I did, and I've seen probably the best results from that. I would just definitely say investing in your skill set will shorten the learning curve and probably shorten the amount of damage you do to yourself from wasting money on things that you don't need to without having the proper skill set, psychology and risk management that you need to have. I would say to do it full time though, different question. I've just made up a question, but to do it full time, you need a lot more because you need to have ideally, like I'd say 6 months to a year covered yourself and capital. And then obviously the source of income being a funded account or a big personal account. Ideally both. Hope that answers your question. Cray Trade says, when am I coming on the pod? Winky face. You can come on the pod whenever you want, my friend. It's something that we haven't really actually organised properly in terms of, that was a bit of a one-off, but for sure, definitely want to get a pod started. You'll be one of the first guests, so probably soon. What else have we got? Gonna ignore Josh. Geordie says, how big is it? AJ Hoop says, when we playing a round of golf? I'm always available for golf. That is the one sport that I will always give up my time for any day of the week. I'm game. So yeah, anyone wants some networking opportunities, I'm there for golf. I want to join your mentorship. I have $100. Can you make discount pro? We have, the only option we could do for $100 is the monthly wages. So you get lives every single day at 7 p.m. I do live trading on there as well. You get access to all my previous trades, all of our forecasts. And it's also not just on GU, we've got other funded traders on there as well that give their opinions on things like anything pretty much. From EU to DXY to just other stuff, other pairs. I don't know, I can't, for some reason my head's not working. The reason I can't do the mentorship for $100 or whatnot is when I first started Woke, it was like $20 a month and then it went up to 50 quid a month. The issue is we had like a lot of people join. Having a lot of people want mentorship, that means one-to-one with me. Imagine having 200 people call you on one day, really doesn't work. So we kind of had to change the business model by quite a bit, and the way we only really take on people who are really serious about doing it, and give them as much of our time as possible to get them to the place they need to be. Equally, another thing to build on that, when we did have it as like 50 quid a month, you get loads of people just join and look at the idea of trading and like the idea of trading, but when it actually gets down to doing the work, watching the videos, wouldn't even watch one video. So it's like a gym membership to a degree. Like a lot of people sign up for the gym and then don't actually go. So obviously I don't want you guys to waste your money. So obviously if you're investing, then you're clearly serious about actually doing it. And that's worth my time, worth actually giving you as much of my tools and as much of my time to get you there as possible. KACB.44 asks, as a beginner, what should I focus on to improve in trading? So as a beginner, I've gone through that a little bit in different videos, but I would say you need to have a clear trade criteria. You need to be focusing on ideally one pair, one session, one strategy in the trade criteria. Then you need to back test and forward test that strategy. Make sure it has a good win rate, good risk to reward, and you know what you're doing. That'll give you confidence when you then forward test it as well, and trade it on demos or small lives. Every single position you take, you need to be journaling and like going through the list of why you took it. Then reflecting on that journal and realizing that there's sometimes where you're not following bias, or you're not doing this, or your entry is slightly different on that, and find out your best way of trading it, refine that strategy down, and then you'll have your best way of trading. Then all it is basically just sticking to what you know works. And it sounds a lot easier than it is, trust me. Just do what you know works, scale that capital, get funded, trade the trades that you need to take that match your strategy. Don't take the ones you don't. When the market's not in a cycle that works for you, don't trade, and that's the simplicity of it. Cryptocom Complete says, hey Rob. ShowRats23 says, best advice on how to get into trading. I'll make a video completely going through how I would start trading as a complete beginner, starting from scratch if I had nothing, in next week's video, maybe the week after. Okay, so that is Rob Dono's questions. Don's effects, let's find it. Max profit in percentage in a month, says I'm .jan29. Max percentage is a weird one. Max percentage that I've ever made is a pretty ridiculous one. It's probably the week that I did like 3,000%, which was obviously a very big account flip. That one was the max I've done. I don't know how you've answered that. I'm guessing you're asking how much capital I've got. So I've passed in total 1.6 mil. I've got a couple of accounts that are like just down bad, and then obviously 500k like from my forex funds. So, and they don't look like they're coming back. So it's around a mil. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's hopefully going to be a lot more than that. I don't think my forex funds are coming back. I don't know if you've seen the recent article. I think they lost their court case. So that's annoying. That's a 10k payout and 500k worth of capital gone. I'm hoping I'll get something out of that, because it's a bit annoying otherwise. But yeah, the idea is just to scale to another couple mil this year and literally just keep going. I mean, personal as well. I'm not going to release my personal information, my personal trading data on my personal account, but it's healthy sized. We'll leave it at that. Do you trade ICT or SMC? I trade using both, looking at both concepts in one criteria. So yeah, looking at things like order blocks and liquidity aligned in one session, and looking at things like the power free, etc. when they play out, ideally with our POIs being order blocks. So a little bit of both. Do you trade London or New York session more? These are all from I'm Jan 29, by the way. I trade London session a lot more than New York session, but I do like New York session as well. I've just traded London session all my life, pretty much. Sorry, not all my life, all my trading career. So percent target that is enough for you in one day. Like I said, it depends what I'm trading. In funded challenges, sometimes it's like 10%. In funded accounts, normally it's like 1%, depending on how I'm trading it. If it's an aggressive account, then it could be whatever. But typically, I don't really try and risk loads on the funded accounts, just keep it pretty stagnant. Most challenging thing in your trading journey? This is a great question. One of the most challenging things for me was when I went full-time, because when you're not full-time, this is going to sound so contradictory. When you go full-time, the average person thinks you're a lot better trader because you've gone full-time. Now, yes and no. It means that you were good at trading before you went full-time. When you go full-time, you've got so much more time to stare at the charts and fuck up. I was just like really struggling to like not look at the charts and keep my psychology there, and just do all the things that I knew needed to be done. But when you're at work and you're doing other things, it's very easy to not do that. Just set your risk, passively manage your trade, and set your limits or the way that you trade, whatever, done. But when you're sat the whole day, you've got fucking the whole entire day to just sit there by yourself. There's not much else to entertain you because I'm only 21, so there's not loads of other people full-time doing what they want at 21. So yeah, for me it was a struggle, but then I've made work a community, and it meant that it's been a lot easier because now I fill my time teaching and doing other things like gym or coming in here. I've got other businesses. I've filled the time with other things, so I don't need to just sit there on the charts all day. That's something that I don't think enough people do talk about when they do go full-time, is that you have a lot more time to fuck up. What's the headline saying? That is staying deeply in the questions. That's Josh Martin. Noted, mate, never answering any of your questions ever again. There's a hat for a reason, fella. How to fix psychology. I'll be honest, a lot of it is just from getting battered until you realise that you have to. If you've got a disciplined mindset anyways, in terms of like you go, I don't know, let's say you're an athlete, you have to train every day, you have to do this, you have to keep that kind of thing. Trading will be a lot easier in my opinion because you're constantly doing the same thing over and over again. You're not getting overexcited by wins, you're not getting really put down bad from losses, and you're being consistent about it. The one thing that's the easiest fix is just creating clear trading rules and having an actual negative from it. The more accountable you keep yourself, the easier this journey is going to be. Don't obviously, and another thing is just not giving up. As soon as you give up, then you've lost the game of trading. If you're, let's say, a few years in, you're struggling to see profitability, then fucking look at yourself, like go through your own data. Why are you unprofitable? And really hold yourself accountable, and nothing's going to change until you do. What age should I start trading? I started trading at 17 and I'm 21 now, so about 4 years. I'm about to turn 22 as well, so almost 5. Blake, who I love, has asked, longest time you've held a position open for? Don't know. I think the longest I've done is like a couple of days, or max maybe a week, I think. Like you've got access to all my previous trades, have a look. But yeah, that's all the questions. Maybe Sam might cut out a few because it's been a long old question haul. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. We're now going to see what I can do in the gym, and then that'll be the day done. I'll be going home and enjoying my dog. So yeah,